again, it's Shannon from Sam's Garage with yet another little look at a nice looking rig. Again, we've got Ben here, H2 Micro for the internet people, and this time we've got the Defender 110. Now this thing, just by looking at it, I can tell it probably weighs a ton. What do you think?
Indeed it does. I even had to put in, when I got these new tyres recently, there's the Fuel 1.7s from RC4 Drive. I've actually stuffed 4.75 inch dual little Nova foams into here because it needs it, because it weighs quite a lot. It's a heavy rig.
Needed the extra tyre pressure.
Yep. Otherwise, when turning, the tyre would just fold under. I built this rig before the D110 kit was re-released by RC4 Drive. So this isn't your typical D110 that you might see, available at the moment. I bought the body separately, and getting it shipped to Australia, well, let's just say I won't be doing that again in the near future, as I happen to have some spare dollars available at the time. Getting things shipped here is always one of the challenges we face when trying to buy nice parts. It could almost be as much as the actual item that we want, isn't that right, Shannon?
That's it.
Yep. So what I did is I actually sourced a different chassis. Again, this rig has a Galandi 1 chassis D110 copy that I actually sourced from Korea, of all places. I also then went and bought Yota 2 axles once again, and then custom built all the links to make it work. I really like the way this particular chassis performs. I actually do have a D110 Galandi chassis, and it has a couple of sort of drawbacks that are correctable, but this actually has much more belly clearance compared to the same thing from RC4 Drive. If you have a look at the back here, you can see where I've actually positioned the batteries. This means I can get to the batteries without taking off the body, which is one of the major bugbears for these types of rigs. You can just take off the little fuel cell and they come undone, and it's much easier to get to on the trail. I use this rig quite a bit. I really enjoy driving it. As you can see, there's marks on it, and it's still dirty from our latest sort of trail run. It's got a few scratches on it. But to help protect that, I custom built the front bumper bar using some different tube piping, and just made something up that I thought looked clean, modern, and a bit of aggressiveness to it. And I certainly wanted to include a winch on this rig, although it's not really strong enough considering the weight of the vehicle, but it certainly looks the part. The wheels are from Locked Up RC, and they're one of the very first sets of wheels I actually purchased as an RC enthusiast when I got into it.
Turn around, give us a look at the back of it.
Yep, the back, yep. I've included off a ready-to-run version of the D110 is the swing away wheel carrier. Just a couple little details. We've got the jack, and I've got a tow hitch I've added on the bottom. You can see on this side we've actually put a small exhaust pipe just sticking out with some mud flaps on as well. Other unique features on here, of course, are the SDI fenders and the custom made by myself again roof cage, just to protect the side of the trucks. I mean, you can see the marks on here and the scratches on the window from when before I actually built it. I've included the ability to actually put sand ramps on the top, and they can be removed while we're out on the trail. And of course, a good old luggage box, which has actual items in it that can be used. Look, and just going to show what you can find. This is from the supermarket. It used to be a travel cutlery set with plastic cutlery in it. So nice. You can find items anywhere to use on your scale rig. Just reimagine what it could be used for. I've got scale bolts across the whole truck from Locked Up RC again, not only in the bead locks but also all around the truck and even in the chassis. You can see here all the scale bolts. I just like to go for that final, additional realistic look overall. It's a heavy rig and it performs really nicely for what it is. We've got drivers and a passenger. We've even got a child or a teenager in the back, along with a dog. I did the rear interior using a second D90 front section, so it's a bit like and I'm yet to finish the interior.
Yeah.
But I did a custom drop-down interior in the back of the wagon. Future mods for this will include a rear opening door, something I'd like to work on this year. But when time allows, I'll get to it. And some scale items sitting in the back.
Just don't mess up those cuts when you're cutting the back door out.
Yeah, I'll try to be careful. It's a bit hard to rectify some of that. Again, you can see this in action on the YouTube channel H2 Micro, and look, it's one of my favourite things I like to wheel.
Fantastic. Well, thanks very much, mate.